So I already know I'd done this before back in last year leading up to Moana 2. So due to the fact that I went to saw Zootopia 2 with my mom yesterday and I did a review on that movie a couple hours ago. So now it's time to do a ranking every single movie that came out, one of my favorite studio in the business, next to the Sony Picture Animation of the Spider-Verse movie, which is none other than Walt Disney Animation Studio. So sit back and relax, grab your snack, grab your popcorn, grab your drink, and grab your Disney merchandise, grab your Frozen merchandise, and enjoy this magical presentation. Oh, hello everybody. My name is Walt Nick, aka NH Studio, and welcome to the magical world of Disney. And don't you worry, Disney fan, this Disney month is going to continue until at the end of the year. So on January 1st, we're gonna take a break by doing some Disney month, but we might do some review of some Disney film which we haven't reviewed yet. But the main reason why I'm gonna keep my Disney month longer is because I haven't reviewed Tron Ares yet, I haven't reviewed the Avatar film yet, I haven't reviewed Freak of Friday yet, so I will definitely watch that, and I haven't reviewed A Completely Unknown or The Greatest Showman, so that's the only review that is really on the work. But don't worry, we might do a Sony month, might do a Christmas month, might do a Lord of the Rings month, but most importantly, might do a Disney month. But Disney month will be all the way next to the Sony month. So don't worry, Sony Jesus, your precious Sony month is still going to continue, but I might have to focus on Disney month, but let me do my own thing. But don't worry, your Christmas month will definitely be coming tomorrow, but there's a possibility I might not focus on Christmas yet because I might do some Christmas review on December 20th or December 10th, but just don't want to do it too early because some people have some grinchy moments. Anyway, so let's talk about Walt Disney Animation Studio. Man, one of the best studio in the business. I already know I already know that the fact that they made some garbage movie like Wreck-It Ralph 2, even I don't hate that movie, but that film has some ton of flaws and I'll not put up with that. And of course, they give us the one movie that had Bob Chapek written over it, and I'll get to the film very shortly. So doing to Zootopia 2 is now out in theaters, and doing to a lot of customers really enjoy that movie, including the critic and the audience. I think the audience really enjoy that Zootopia 2 more than the critic because they give that film a 91%. Even kind of lower than Encanto. That's beyond me. And mark my words, Zootopia 2 will always be better than Encanto, and that is opinion. Anyway, enough further ado. So just what I just said in the opening, sit back and relax and enjoy of this magical presentation. I am doing my ranking of all the Disney animated film that came out in the 30s all the way to this year. So I'm going to count as a Disney film that came out indirectly, but some of Disney film like the direct-to-video sequel and even some of the Disney Channel movie like Kim Possible movie Soul the Drama would not be included because I'm talking about Walt Disney Animation Studio. I'm not talking about Toon Disney when they make stupid plane movies or even a Goofy movie, which I enjoy Goofy movie, but I don't count that as a Walt Disney Animation Studio because that film didn't made from that studio. I give it to you, that film was really made from Disney Toon actually when that studio got shut down years ago, which they made rest in peace. So I'm doing my ranking of all the Walt Disney Animation Studio film from 1937 all the way to 2025. Enough further ado, let's get started before Kingdom Africa will come in and destroy this movie with his wishes. Anyway, So let's get to the first movie that completely started it all of this wonderful of the wonderful saga himself, Walt Disney, which is none other than Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I really know some people think that film is really outdated because of how terribly acting of Snow White is. Which movie that you prefer? Would you rather prefer the animated one or you rather prefer the live action one that came out this year, which that didn't do well for the national rating? But even I do prefer Rachel Zegler's Snow White more than the original Snow White. But honestly, which is not saying a lot because the remake of Snow White is just pretty bad movie. But at least you got my girl Rachel Zegler in it, so at least you got some good thing. Well, not behind the scene. I'm talking about the movie itself. So, The Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is still a fantastic movie, and without that film, the animated movie would not be the same without Snow White. So, for my be nicest, I will give this film into the best here. So, the second movie that came out after Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which is another Pinocchio. Pinocchio is the one movie that started the iconic Disney thing go like this. Do 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 do. Yup, every time you watch Zootopia and Frozen movie, you always have the iconic Disney theme, and I gotta say, Wish Upon the Stars was a fantastic song and one of the best theme that Disney ever did to open with their film, like every film like Wreck-It and Frozen. You'll always have some iconic Disney theme, and there was no other song will be beat as the best iconic song ever made. Well, even you have Indiana and Show Yourself, but I don't count as the iconic one because iconic it came out in the older one. So yeah. So Pinocchio, the same with let me check my ranking real quick. Oh yeah. So doing to Pinocchio is on my best list, so I'm gonna give this movie into the best here. Alright, you got Fantasia. Guys, I'm not a huge fan of Fantasia, and this is exactly the main reason why I prefer Fantasia 2000, because that film has a lot of animation, a lot of development, and a lot of animation worker, and of course that film has some ton of cast member. Like, you got Jim Jones, the actor of Dark Vader Mufasa. Yeah, he may rest in peace. Yeah, he may rest in peace, man. It's pretty sad that he sadly passed away due to, I can't say, YouTube. So, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Fantasia, so, what's my Fantasia? Oh, wait, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Fantasia, but that's the only Disney film I will said it is okay for now. Yeah, it's, no, honestly, hold on a minute. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's a very Disney film, the very first Disney film, I think it's okay, but Fantasia is not a bad film. At least it's way more watchable than Wreck-It 2, Alice's Cat, and even Robin Hood. I'm not a huge fan of Robin Hood, I'm sorry, guys. And of course, Strange World, and of course, the god-awful Home on the Range, which that film sucks as an anus, and that film is like, nah, just kidding. Anyway, so Fantasia is an okay movie, but yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it. This is the main reason why I prefer the 2001 instead of the first one. But I totally understand why that film was having a rough time, because when that film came out, a lot of people really enjoy it, but sadly that film was a box office disappointing. So that's why Walt Disney was having the huge trouble back then of the World War II. So the next movie I really enjoy, and this is another movie I'll give it for the best here, which is another Dumbo. Guys, I refuse to watch that 2019 Dumbo movie because I heard Muddy Pup fanboy said that film sucks as an anus, and I agreed. That film looks god-awful, and I ain't watching it, and there was no reason that Tim Burton would make a live-action remake of the one movie that came out years ago. Oh, wait. What year this movie came out? Let me see, man. It came out in 1941. Yeah, there was no need to remake a movie that came out in 1941. So, I'm not watching the live-action remake. You can't make me to. But around in 2019, I might watch that maybe tomorrow or next next week. But I don't know. But anyway, so I'm gonna give Dumbo into the best here. So it's a very best movie, and they give us the iconic sad song before of the next right thing for Frozen 2. But before that song, when they babysit Dumbo and you see the mouse tearing, I gotta say that song is make me sad, and it make me sad until this day. Very sad. Anyway, so let's get to the other film, which I just think is very fantastic. Like, let's get the Bambi. Like, I refuse to watch that horror movie that came out this year, which who knows, why might want to see a horror movie about Bambi? That is a huge spin in the face to Walt Disney himself. Like, seriously, do you not know that Walt Disney is gonna be sad if they make a Bambi horror movie? Well, you already have one, and I ain't watched that piece of crap. So yeah, there was no need for that freaking horror movie, and that film, actually, that horror movie of Bambi can go fuck himself, and I absolutely hated it. I haven't seen it, but can't say I hate it because that doesn't make any sense. So, doing job refuse to watch that live action horror movie of Bambi, I'm just gonna stick with the original one. Yeah, the original one, that is Walt Disney's favorite movie, and I am so upset that they make a live action Bambi movie, which is a horror aspect, and Walt Disney in heaven is very sad. So he would be like, what have they done to my favorite movie? No, my favorite studio, my favorite movie. Why? Well, I'm not treating everyone like that, but to be honest, Bambi is Walt Disney's favorite movie, and it is pretty a shame that they made a horror movie out of it, and that's very disrespectful. Like, how dare you make a horror movie about Bambi? Like, nobody in a white man want to see a Bambi movie when you see Bambi killing people. Like, that's stupid. It's kind of money. You're gonna make a horror movie about SpongeBob when you see killing people. Like, seriously, nobody in a white man want to see a horror character based on cartoon characters. Yeah, I absolutely don't want that, and I refuse to watch that, and I might do I won't watch the Puniverse movie maybe next show. So Bambi is a fantastic movie. It's a wonderful film about Bambi, story about Bambi, yeah, actually, that death scene when that one hunter guy or hunter girl, whatever you call it, shot Bambi's mother, that is very sad. And honestly, and who want to know who killed Bambi's family? Like, who killed Bambi's mothers? Like, there was a one thing, and there was a book called The Mystery of Death Scene book. So you can grab that book and you can check it out in your imagination, of course. So Bambi, this film deserves to be the best here because this film has a fantastic story, lovable characters, and Bambi herself is very cute. Anyway, so I'm not a huge fan of this war era from Disney because I totally understand why they made this, because the fact that if you release some movies, that mean it will give a boycott of Disney, because this is not the first time we have Disney get boycott. We have the Disney situation, as long since the Walt package film came out. So I'm not a huge fan of these Walt package film. I did not care I have Goofy and Donald in it, but Bono in this, I'm not a huge fan of watching those, and they are not even a movie. That is easily like picking some scene and you call it a movie, which no, it's not. So yeah. So I'm gonna give this into an okay here. The same with this one, But I do enjoy that one, so I'll deserve to be on the best here, so I enjoy it. And of course, this thing getting okay, because to be honest here, I'm not a huge fan of this Walt package film. Oh, wait a second. Hold on a minute. I'm trying to find it here. Yeah. We're good. Anyway, so yeah, in Mr. Toes, that has got to be one of my favorite one from the Walt Patrick film. Even I'm not a huge fan of this Walt Patrick film, but Mr. Toe is very fantastic. So I'm going to give this into the best here. And they give us a one iconic song when that one dude was singing a song about the mystery about a guy who really got a horse. And of course, you see a headless man was holding the weapons. And yeah, that's a fantastic one. And let me know in the comment, what is that one? So probably it's from the other film, which Preston was know about that. No, not Putty, but Preston. I'm talking about my friend Preston, who really liked to come in my house and do some Lego video, which I have no idea if we're gonna do that because apparently it's snowing out. Yeah, thank you, Elsa, for giving me some snow. Yeah. Oh, honestly. And of course, there was a one film that completely saved Disney, and even I'm not a huge fan of Cinderella, but I'm not going to treat that film like it was than the Cinderella 2021. And I gotta say, mark my word, I would have preferred the 1950s Cinderella more than preferring that god-awful 2021 Cinderella, actually. Yeah, Cinderella 2021, that film sucks as an anus, but the Disney one will always be the better one than that god-awful god-awful live action that came out from Sony Jesus, so... Yeah, no offense, Sony Jesus, but that film sucks as an anus. So, yeah. And to be honest, yeah, not a huge fan of Cinderella, but I just think it's a good movie, but I don't think it's a great movie or bad. So I'm gonna give this a first movie, get a good here. And doing to the Alice in the Wonderland. Did I put Alice in the Wonderland in this list? No, I did not. Oh, wait. Wait a second. Yes, I did. So, doing to Cinderella, yeah, you got Alice in the Wonderland, and I'm not a huge fan of Alice in the Wonderland, and I gotta say, I would have watched that before the live action one. So, I'm gonna give this into a good here. You got Peter Pan, oh man. Michael Jackson's favorite movie of all time. So you got Peter Pan, which is a fantastic movie with a lovable character, including Tinkerbell, I gotta say. Yeah, Tinkerbell kind of remember your Disney version of Memories. And of course, you got Captain Hook. Yeah, you got Captain Hook, my dude. Captain Hook, boy. And of course, you got the climax, which is very fantastic, like seeing Peter Pan and Captain Hook. I gotta say, but which Peter Pan that you rather prefer, Well, you rather prefer some Disney version, or you rather prefer that god-awful live action that came out years ago? The one from 2003 and the one from 2015. Oh my god, man, I hate that version. And last not least, Peter Pan and Wendy's. Dude, that is the second worst Peter Pan movie I've ever seen in my freaking life. But I gotta say, I would have watched this, dude. I would have watched it, dude. At least that is way more tolerable than Pan. Screw Pan. That film sucks. Anyway, and I'm very sorry I didn't do an anniversary of that, but do you honestly think I feel sorry for myself for doing an anniversary of Pan? But mark my word, nobody in the right mind remember Pan, and yeah. Anyway, so yeah, you got Peter Pan, which is fantastic. Tinkerbell, love you. So I'm gonna give this movie into the best here. Alright, you got Lady and the Tramp, man. Honestly, I love Lady and the Tramp. Lady and the Tramp is a fantastic movie. Even it's very weird that the fact that you see a movie about dog falling in love, like, you don't see Jovi and Scooby doing that. That's stupid. Anyway, so I'm trying to find my link in here. Wait a second. Oh my god. What's Lady and the Tramp? I'm trying to... hold a minute, guys. I'm trying to find my, hold a minute. Honestly, I thought I guess I didn't put Lady and the Tramp in it. But honestly, I will put Lady and the Tramp on my letterbox, which I totally forgot that film even in existence. So they give us the iconic spaghetti kiss, and it's pretty weird that the fact that you see dog kissing with the spaghetti with the mouth. Like, come on, man. You don't see Scooby and Jovi doing that, or else that would be weird. That would be weird. Weird. Yeah, quote by Witches Echo. Anyway, guys, so you got Lady and the Tramp. I would have watched that instead of the god-awful remake, and I ain't watching that. So I might do a movie that I refuse to watch, which I might have to do it next year. So my top 10, the movie I refuse to watch, or the most blacklist movie would definitely be included. So Lady and the Tramp remake would definitely be in my honor mention. So I ain't watching that crap. So I'm gonna give Lady and the Tramp into the gray here. The only flaws I have it, which another that god awful 2 Kitten was saying, oh my god, man, that song is annoying. And I feel so sorry that people put that song as the favorite Disney song. Man, I feel bad for you. Like, that 2 Kitten song was so freaking annoying. Oh my god. Yeah. And of course, you got Sleeping Beauty. Yep, Sleeping Beauty. It's a good movie. Well, it still has, so honestly, yeah, it still has some flaws, but I still love Princess Aurora. So I'm going to give this movie into the good here. Yeah, don't get mad 1,000,000%, but I'm not a huge fan of Sleeping Beauty. But I gotta say, I would have watched that instead of the god-awful episode movie, I could say that. Yeah, let's not say that, what? Anyway, so doing 2, Lady and the Tramp is on the great one. I really enjoy 101 Dalmatian. Yeah, 101 Dalmatian will always be better than that sequel that came out years ago. And I do enjoy the live-action remake, but the sequel sucks in my opinion. So, sorry, Alec. Yeah, the sequel sucks. So, don't bash my opinion like a lunatic. So, 101 Dalmatian, I gotta say, Cruella de Vil. Yeah, I'm probably remember the scene when Cruella de Vil was punching the radio when they played a song called Cruella de Vil, and you see Cruella go, shut up. Well, actually, it was in my cut version, so yeah. So yeah, you got 101 Dalmatian. I'm a huge fan of 101 Dalmatian. That Dalmatian dog, will always be better than that Alex donation dog. Well, even donation dog that Alex has is cute, but I gotta say that's the only cute character for Troll Band together Phantasm one. But him himself, absolutely not. So when I join donation, will definitely deserve into the best here. So yeah. And of course you got Soul of the Stone. No. I absolutely did not like that. And to be honest here, I'm not a huge fan of this King Arthur story. I think it's the most overrated story out there, and there are much better story out there for fairy tale more than King Arthur. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Soul of Stone, but it's just that film was completely outdated as crap. So yeah, that's my opinion. I'm not a huge fan of that, so let's move on. So let's go to the other film, which is the last movie that Walt Disney worked on before he passed away, which is The Jungle Book. We gotta build a society, build a society, forget about your worry, about your stuff. Yeah, Build a Necessity song is iconic, one of the best songs from Jungle Book, and I gotta say, but along with that King Julian's, dude, darn it. Well, I'm talking about the King song from the Jungle Book, which I forgot his name actually. So. Yeah. Honestly, I just think Jungle Book is okay, but I do prefer the live action remake that came out 9 years ago more than the original one. But even as the last movie that Walt Disney worked on before he passed away, but if you don't believe me, look at some Disney history by Animat, and Animat will always be better than Alex. So Jungle Book would definitely deserve to be on the okay here because Mowgli was kind of won't be too hard on him because he's a kid. Was being mean spirit to Baloo actually, doing to who want to go back to the village. So yeah. And doing to Soul of the Stone, not a huge fan of Larissa's Cat. I think that film is very bad. I absolutely did not like that one. So that film deserved to be in the bad here. And doing to Robin Hood, not a huge fan of that, so that film deserved to be a bad here. Yeah, I cannot believe I'm hating on Robin Hood, Larissa's Cat, and Soul of the Stone, because I think that film was completely the movie which I am not rewatching it for the rest of my life. And I'm really thinking that's the only film that will not play on the Freeform, because Freeform is some movie like Moana, Zootopia, like involved with sometime. And of course, Frozen Duology, which Frozen Duology will be on again on Freeform, so yeah. So you got Soul of the Stone, Larissa's Cat, and Robin Hood, all the only bad Walt Disney Animation Studio film, because I'm not a huge fan of those. Yeah, actually, I think The Wizard's Cat has some racist stuff, and that is why this film got banned on Disney Plus for kids mode, which I just found it really stupid. But doing to that, I'm not a huge fan of that movie. Yeah, the story just feels generic, and of course, the villain in this movie is absolutely so freaking stupid. Right? Seriously, seeing the villain about a butler kidnapping cat, right? It's called Cat Snap, you idiot. And of course, I'm not a huge fan of the one song called "It's So Cool to Be a Cat." Oh my god, man. So make my ears like, no, just kidding. And of course you got Robin Hood. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Robin Hood. They completely rehashed the animation of the reference of Larissa's Cat. Like, I don't know, my god, I hated it. And of course they got a villain called Mommy. Oh my god, man. I only know he's meant to be a whiny tiger, but I gotta say, yeah, I did not like that character. That's the only bad character in this movie. But overall, Robin Hood is such a boring movie, and yeah, there was nothing to say about it, so let's move on. And of course, after that stupid Robin Hood movie, you got Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh. This film will always be better than I got off of AI Christmas movie and Butter Bunny. Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh. The Book of Pooh would be better than my opinion. So you got Winnie the Pooh. I only know it's not a movie, it's like Fantasia, but there was a difference between the Winnie the Pooh movie and Fantasia. And screw that one woman who completely bashed Winnie the Pooh years ago and saying that all the Disney adaptation is not based on the book. Like, I gotta say, Disney film will always be better than a book adaptation. Like, I think some book adaptation, just like Jungle Book, was completely ruined an opportunity, so yeah. So Winnie the Pooh, I'm enjoying it, so I would deserve to be on the best sale. Alright, you got Alexia. Yeah, not a huge fan of Alexia, so sorry guys. So I'll give this film into a okay here. All right, you got Fox and the Hound. I enjoy Fox and the Hound. That film give us a fantastic villain, give us a sad scene, and this film treat us how to be brotherhood. And I gotta say, thank you so much for thank you so much for teaching me how to be a better brother. And now I can take care of my brother Chris. So thank you for doing that. So you got Fox and the Hound, which is a fantastic brother film, and me and brother Chris will absolutely enjoy it if my brother Chris can watch it. So yeah. So I don't think Chris will watch these films because he's a huge fan of Lion King. That's the only Walt Disney Animation Studio film he enjoy. But he's so he's the type of person like watching Cat in the Hat 2003. Don't bash his opinion. He liked that film. So don't judge him and even judge your wife. And of course, Finding Nemo, Monster Inc., Monster University, some other Disney and Pixar film that he enjoy. And of course, Elmo the Graduate, which is that's the only Sony film that Chris didn't enjoy. But I think Fox and the Hound, I will definitely make Chris watch it, but you can't force him because if you say no, you can't disrespect him. So Fox and the Hound's a fantastic movie, fantastic, wonderful brotherhood movie. So I'll give this film into the gray here because I still have some fun. Oh, wait a second. Oh yeah, I'm gonna enjoy that. So I'll give it for the best here. And of course, you got The Black Cauldron. Oh my god, man. One of the most let down Disney film ever. Oh wait, that's the second one. Because my number one is Wake of Up 2. I'll get that film very shortly. So, you got Black Cauldron. Oh my god. They completely ruined the opportunity. They have all the source material that have in it. But that film just turned into like a ball fest. And I'm not saying it as a comparison, but this film was trying to be like a dark tone like Frozen 2 and etc. Well, even this film came way before Frozen 2. But like I said, mark my word, I do not care if this film came way before Frozen 2. But mark my word, The Black Cauldron, you are never going to be Frozen 2. You're never going to be Zootopia 2 and never will be. Because The Black Cauldron was such a boring movie and I can't stand it. So yeah. And no wonder Maya George absolutely did not like this film. And because of that, I'm putting it into the bad here. So it's even worse than The Swords of Stone, the Lois's Cat, and last not least, Robin Hood. And of course, you got the Great Mouse Detective. Sorry about the mouthful. Yeah, The Great Mouse Detective. Do you remember that film? They give us the mysterious villain, and of course, they give us a story about a mouse doing some detective. I gotta say, he's kind of maybe Sherlock Holmes. Anyway, so The Great Mouse Detective is a fantastic movie, one of the best detective film out there, but I think Night Vale is much better than The Great Mouse Detective, I was just saying. So this film is out of that one of the second best detective movie behind with the Night Vale movie, so I'm going to give this film into the best here. And of course, you got The Over Company, which that film got beaten by Land Before Time. Even I enjoy Land Before Time, but I think Over This Company is a fantastic one. So there was no need for beef. So The Great Mouse Detective is in it. So I'm gonna give the Over This Company into the best here. I would definitely change my ranking after this video. And Little Mermaid. Man, I love Little Mermaid. And even I enjoy the 2023 remake. Yeah, I do enjoy it now. I used to hate it, but now I just got brainwashed of these Disney haters. Including, all the Disney haters are all Phantom Menace. And I gotta say, Phantom Menace, go fuck yourself. So, Little Mermaid, the original, will always be better than the remake. And Ariel, I only know some people's a minor. Honestly, I only know that some people think that Ariel's a minor. Like, that doesn't make any sense because she is dating an adult. She is dating an adulthood. So his name is Prince Eric. Prince Eric is an adult, and Ariel, she's a teenager. She's maybe 16 or 17 or 18, but she's not the same age as much as Rapunzel. So I gotta watch what I just said, but in my imagination, she might be in the middle, in the 20s or 30 or 40 or 50 or even or those 60s. So maybe Ariel, I only know she's a minor, but that doesn't make any sense because she is dating a adult, which is Prince Eric. So I was just saying. So Little Mermaid, this film will deserve to be on the best here. So I'll give this into the best here. So let me see. Right here. The Lecture Down Under, yeah, due into the Black Cauldron. Not a huge fan of that, so I'll give this film into the bad here. Beauty and the Beast. Nothing to say about it. So that's got to be one of my favorite movies from 1991. Next to Silence of the Lambs. So this film will deserve to be on the best here. And Belle, love you. Mwah. Alright, due to that, Jasmine, love you. Mwah. And that film deserved to be on the best here. So Aladdin, fantastic movie. Aladdin as Robin Williams. Robin Williams, rest in peace, man. You did not deserve to die like that. So rest in peace, man. Alright, you got the Lion King. Okay, that's enough. So, Lion King, I gotta say, one of the best Disney Renaissance film ever. There was no other Disney Renaissance film would be as better than the Lion King. So, The Peak King is a fantastic movie. They give us the best villain, which is Scar. And of course, they give us the most emotional death scene called Mufasa, which Mufasa's death scene always touch your heart, but in a heartbreaking way. And of course, you got Simba himself. Yeah, Simba has some great character art. And of course, you got Timon and Pumbaa. Dude, Timon and Pumbaa will always be better than that god-awful remake, which dude, their design looks hideous. Like having the actor from the Bros and having the actor from the Sausage Party, it was still stupid. Dude, it was stupid. And of course, there was the iconic song called "Can't Wait to Be King" or "Circle of Life" or "Be Prepared" or "Can You Feel the Love Tonight." I think the one from end credit is even better than the original version. Even I enjoy the original version, but I do enjoy the end credit version because the end credit version is fantastic, dude. And the animation is still breathtaking. I still love the 2D hand-drawn animation. So, Lion King, this film is well deserved to be on the best here. Yeah, it's even better than what am I, guys? Trying to find it here. Okay. Here we go. Alright. Oh, you got Pocahontas. I wish this film to be the best, but that doesn't change the fact this film is okay because they give us one song called Dig, 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 shut the fuck up. No one wants to hear that in their mouth. And I cannot stand the villain in this movie. The villain in this movie is an a-hole. So Pocahontas, even this film, give us a 1 Pocahontas score. She's so just like gorgeous. And of course, the animation still breathtaking. And of course, some of the story is very interesting in my opinion. But overall, I'm not a huge fan of that movie. And The Call of the Wind is a fantastic song. But that doesn't change the fact that movie was a board fest. So I'll give this film into the okay here. Alright, you got The Hunchback of Notre Dame. So before Frozen 2 and in Zootopia 2, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, it has got to be one of the most darkest Disney film behind with Frozen 2. Even Frozen 2 is way more darker than The Hunchback of Notre Dame. But before Frozen 2, that film was 100% dark, dude. There was no other Disney film would be as dark as much as The Hunchback of Notre Dame. And this is the main reason why this film is iconic, man. And Ezra Rosa, she is so beautiful, man. She is so just gorgeous, and I don't know what age she is, but hope she's not a minor, because otherwise I'll be disappointed. But if she is an adult, I gotta say, she always be my wonderful queen. So I'm gonna give this movie into the best here, and I think it's even better than Snow White. So, yeah. Oh, wait a second. I think it's even better than Pink and Nickel. And of course, you got Hercules. Fantastic movie. I'll give this film into the best here. Alright, and Moana. Yeah, that film deserved to be on the best here. And Tarzan. I gotta say, here's my own theory. Jane Foster might be a Belle twin sister. That's my own theory, dude. Because she looked exactly like Belle. She have the same personality as Belle. Well, even she have the different voice actress, but she looked exactly like Belle, and it's the main reason why I have a crush on Jane. So Jane, my girl, Tarzan, my dude, my guy. You deserve to be on the best here, my guy. See. Anyway, you got Fantasia 2000. Now that is even better than the first one. So I give this into the best here. And I gotta say, I do have a crush on that green girl. She's fine as wine. And of course, you got dinosaurs. I wish this movie is even better, but they have some flaws about it. But I can't disrespect a Dino 75 favorite movie. So I'm going to give Dino 75 favorite movie into the great here. And of course, you got The Elvis New Groove, fantastic movie, one of the most funniest comedy movie of the 2000, and one of the second favorite movie from the 2000, behind with Gladiator. So I will definitely do The Elvis New Groove review on the anniversary, and that's the main reason why I want to do my Disney month longer. So The Elvis New Groove is a fantastic movie, and John Goodman is in this movie, and Patrick Wilbur is in this movie as Crunk, Cruiser. Yeah, I think Crunk is my favorite character in this movie. So he is very funny and very comedian at the same time. So The Elvis New Groove. This film well deserved to be on the best hill. And of course, you got The Lost Empire. I did not care what Alex said. This film will always be better than Wreck-It Ralph 2. So I'm going to give this movie into the best hill. And of course, you got Lilo and Stitch. Yeah, fantastic movie. I love Lilo and Stitch. What a wonderful movie. They give us Captain Gandu. They give us Stitch. They give us Jumbe. They give us some other character who like to hang out with Jumbe. And of course, you got animation. Of course, you got Bubble. Yeah, Bubble. No, not Bubble from the Powerpuff Girls. Who are you thinking for? No, I'm talking about Bubble, which is the guy who voiced by the same actor that he was in the Mission Impossible movie. So, pretty interesting. And of course, he was in The Matrix. So, yeah. So you got Lilo and Stitch. Well, even I enjoy the live action remake that came out this year that cost $1 billion. But yeah, dude, the animated one will always be better because I can't disrespect animation like that. Like who you think I am? David Zaslav over again? Like, if I disrespect animation, I would be like David Zaslav on crack. So yeah, Lilo and Stitch, fantastic movie. One of the second best movie from the 2000. One of the second best animated film of 2002 because I think Spirited Away is 100 times better than Lilo and Stitch. So Lilo and Stitch is a fantastic movie, and this film deserved to be on the best hill. But even more, this film deserved to be on the maybe even better than Aladdin. And of course, you got Treasure. I was not done yet. Anyway, so yeah. You got Treasure Planet. That film did not deserve to fail. I did not care what everyone said. That film is such an underrated gem. And yeah, the mother character, she's my favorite. And of course, the animation is still breathtaking. And that film does not deserve to be a box office bomb like that. It's stupid. So yeah, Treasure Planet. For you chivalrous, I'm going to give this movie into the best hill, along with The Lost Empire. Brother Bear, yep. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of Brother Bear. Yeah, I think this movie is okay, but I'm going to give this movie into the okay here. It's not in my top 10 best movie from 2003, but won't be there. Oh, God, you got Home on the Range. Oh, my God, man. I can't stand Home on the Range, man. That film give us the worst villain song I ever heard, which is another thing. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, the review by Limberwatch Shutback, which sadly is no longer there, will always be better than that god-awful review that Alex did. And yeah, Home on the Range, oh, man, such a bad movie, man. This film is even worse than The Black Cauldron, Soul the Stone, and This Is Cat, Robin Hood, and that's not least. This film is even worse than The Lecture Down Under, and this film is even worse than Wreck-It Ralph 2 and Strange World. And because of that, I'm putting this movie into the bad hill. And I wish I could hate Chicken Little, but due to my enjoyers got me into that movie. So, yeah, Chicken Little, you got what you deserve. So you deserve to be on a great hill. So I hope you're happy. But dude, that doesn't change the fact that Butt Crack was an a-hole, and dude, that has got to be one of the worst Disney photo kills I have seen in my freaking life. So yeah, all right, you got Meet the Wobbeson, fantastic movie, love this movie. So I'm gonna give this movie into the best hill, but even better, I'm putting this into the top. So I'm putting this film in the top hill. So yeah, you got Bolt. Great movie. Yes, there's a false about it. So I'll give this movie into the great hill. Yeah, even better than Chicken Little. So yeah. Alright, you got Princess of Fog. Doing to Bolt. This movie deserved to be on the great hill, but I can't stand that one character who was wearing a pink dress. She was very excited, saying, "Oh my God, I am so ready. I am so ready for Mary the Prince." Oh my God. Yeah, her voice is so annoying in this movie. So, yeah. Well, even John Goodman as a father is the only character I like from this family. But, yeah, I do have a crush on Tiana. Yeah, Tiana is fine as a wine. So, yeah. Anyway, so you got Tango, right? the one film that turned 15 years old, and I love Rapunzel, and I am wrong in my review. Rapunzel, according to my research, she is officially not a minor. So I gotta say, she's so drop dead gorgeous, and every time she looks at the camera with her hair, man. I want to be as Finn Rider, and I'll hang out with Rapunzel, but in my imagination, of course. So I'm gonna give this movie into the best here, but even better, it's even better than The Lion King. Yeah, even better than The Lion King. Yeah. Let's hope people will definitely won't boycott me. That would be stupid. All right, you got Winnie the Pooh 2011. I am very sad at the fact that this movie is the very last movie from hand drawing. But I heard hand drawing Disney is coming back, but there is a possibility it might not come back because apparently it is pretty hard because you want to have the box office situation. What happened to Home on the Range? Yeah, that's what I thought. So no, I don't think Disney hand drawing animation is coming back. And you have to stick to with the 3D and of course your stupid AI animation software. So Winnie the Pooh 2011, not a huge fan of that. So I'll give this movie into the okay here. Okay here. Of course, you got Wreck-It Ralph. I'm gonna wreck it. Yeah, Alec, I don't hate Wreck-It Ralph. The only Wreck-It Ralph film I absolutely did not like was another Wreck-It Ralph 2, and that is opinion. So you got Wreck-It Ralph, right? A fantastic movie. One of the best non-video game movie based on everything because Wreck-It Ralph is a fantastic movie. Wreck-It Ralph himself is awesome. Vanellope is really awesome. And Fix-It-Felix is awesome. Soldier Calhoun is very drop-dead gorgeous. And the animation is still breathtaking, but I can handle Harry Thomas Pitcher's opinion on Wreck-It Ralph. So I understand why he's not a huge fan of that. But honestly, here's the thing that people teach me. Not every film not every person have to like every film because when you talk about when you talk about some movie, people's not a huge fan of that. Like I did talk to my mom and say, what you think of Zootopia 2? And she think it's okay. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I do like that opinion because I don't want to be like an a-hole by bashing people's opinion. Like, bashing people's opinion is not the right thing to do and make yourself like a jerkhead. So, Wreck-It Ralph, this film is fantastic. I am so glad I went to saw this film in 3D, but the only flaws I have is I went back home and there was Sophia and the First was playing on the TV. Yeah, the movie that came out the same weekend as much as Wreck-It Ralph. Yeah, dude, that's Sophia and the First movie. Yeah, I just want my hour back to watch that freaking movie. Anyway, guys, so Wreck-It Ralph, this one deserved to be in the best here, but even better. Let me check my ranking real quick. Oh yeah, I think it's even better than just like Tarzan. So there you go as well, and of course, okay, how are we gonna do this? Oh, wait, let me put, you know what, I'll do all that here in a minute. What did I did? Quit that, it's not a great movie, it's okay. Stupid everything. Alright, you got Frozen, okay. I got some couple flaws I have for Frozen. Love the open door with the only song I don't like. Hansel Duke is an a-hole. And yeah, that's probably it. So this film is still the best. It's still 10 out of 10. But it's still 9 out of 10. Oh, wait, it's 9 out of 10. Yeah, it's 9 out of 10. So because of that, I'm putting this movie into the best here. Even it's not the... actually, it's in my top 10 best movie of 2013. Because without the Frozen movie, Frozen 2 should not exist. So, yeah. Alright, you got Be Careful Sick, which is the one movie that Logan hated. Like, seriously, Logan. Have you not even seen Showgirl? Showgirl will always be worse than Be Careful 6, and that's a fact. And even Human Centipede is way worse than Be Careful 6. And even Cuties, and even Norman North, even the Emoji Movie, even Shrek the Third, even Dawson's Sister. Oh, wait a second. I'll write the movie now. Okay, let's try again. Showgirl, Cuties, Human Centipede, the Puke Movie, the Vomit Movie, and of course, so many movies that got banned in cinema will always be worse than Be Careful 6. So, yeah. Anyway, so Be Careful 6, fantastic movie. I don't think it's the worst movie ever, including what Logan said. And if I say it's way better, when I say that to Cuties, my apology. I deserve to be canceled, but don't worry. But people will forget what I just said. So, you got Be Careful 6, fantastic movie. I have a huge crush on Honey Lemon and Go-Go because those are drop-dead gorgeous. So, yeah, this movie deserves to be on the best here, but even better. I think it's even better than, It's in the Lion King, actually. So, yeah, there you go. Anyway, so, yeah. Hanzo Trubia, yeah, it's a fantastic movie. Even I prefer the sequel better than the first one. So, and Bellwether, go for yourself. So, yeah, this film is well deserved to be on the best here. And of course, you got Moana. What can I say? Yourself, you're welcome. Well, even I prefer Moana 2 more than Moana. But Moana, I can't have a crush on her because in the first movie she's a minor. But in the second one, she's not a minor. She's a grown adult. And I gotta say, Moana 2, Moana, she's so just gorgeous. So, yeah. Anyway, so the song in this movie called You Are Welcome and the Shiny. And of course, the How Far We Go. Oh, yeah. And of course, the one song when Moana dad called, Make way, gotta come with you, I love it, come with you. Yeah. Yeah, actually, I do like the chief, but I do like the chief in the second one because at least the second one it's not heartless. But in the first movie, he was heartless too, especially he was yelling at Moana. So, yeah, no offense to that, but I think it's went too hard on Moana. So, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, this film is well deserved to be on the best hill, but even better. I think it's even better than, well, not better than Leo and Stitch, but I was just saying. But anyway, so you got Wreck-It Ralph 2. Oh my god, man. Oh boy, I got a lot to say about it. So, I do love Disney Princess scene. I do love Shanking, yes. The animation's still gorgeous, right? The animation will not let us down. But all I'm saying is, the story is all over the place. You got 7 freaking writers. You got Wreck-It Ralph retcon, and Penelope was very off characters. And I forgot to mention my review because the fact that Got Hood and Felix got the only begin and ending screen time. The same screen time as much as Alvin and Chipmunk the World Chip when they screen off of the chip packs. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Wreck-It Ralph 2. That's the only Wreck-It Ralph movie I think is really bad, man. So this film is well deserved to be on the bad hill, but I think it's even... So honestly, this film... I mean, at least this film is better than Home on the Range, which is not saying a lot, because if you don't have 7 freaking writers in this movie, this film should not be messy, and I wish the director's cut would be there, but in this reality, the director's cut don't exist, which, pretty shame. And of course, my favorite movie ever made, which is in Frozen 2, boy. Yeah, Frozen 2 is the best movie ever, and there was no other film would be as good as much than Frozen 2. But until Frozen 3 and 4, it will definitely be my favorite. But for right now, we're going to say Frozen 2 is my favorite. And I'm going to keep rewatching Frozen 2 because I want Frozen 3 to come already. Like, getting more on a live-action remake before Frozen 3 is beyond me. Like, Frozen 3... should have came out in 2026. They have a chance. Not freaking live action remake of Moana. Like, who knows? Why am I want to see Moana live action remake before Frozen 3? That's beyond me, man. Dude, that's lazy. So yeah, Frozen 2 is well deserved to be in the best hill, but I think it's even better than the first one. So because of that, I'm putting this into the best hill. Number 1 favorite movie ever made. And of course, you got Raya and the Last Dragon. Here's my hot take. I prefer this more than Encanto, and Lady Benigimi will definitely agree with me. So, you got Raya and the Last Dragon, fantastic movie. What a fantastic movie. And I take it about just that, but the end credit song. The end credit song is kind of catchy. So, yeah. And of course, I have a crush on Raya. Raya, she's so drafted gorgeous. So, this film is well deserved to be on the best hill. But don't worry, guys. I don't have a crush on the younger version, or else I make myself like a pedophile. So, I ain't doing that crap. So, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the best hill. So, I'll put the... right here, I guess. So, let's put the right here. And of course, you got Encanto. Yeah, Encanto. I'm putting this into the best here, but I do prefer the director's cut, which I made in my imagination better than the original version. And in Isabella, oh, love you, Encanto. Anyway, you got Strange World. Oh my god, man, I don't want to talk about Strange World, man. Newsflash, Strange World does not feel like a freaking Disney film. You want to know what this film feel like? That's right, a Sony picture animation movie before Spider-Verse, where they made Carly Rae Jepsen Meatball. Like, these characters belong to Carly Rae Jepsen Meatballs too, more than the Disney film. Like, do you honestly think that Strange World is a Disney film? Absolutely not, man. This film feel like a Illumination film. This film feel like a Sony picture animation film. Well, before Spider-Verse, actually. And so, yeah. And honestly, I absolutely did not like the character design in this movie. And newsflash, the biggest problem I have with this movie, which is that this film have Bob Chapek written over it. That is literally that is literally a Bob Chapek movie. Yeah, I wonder why he bashed animation, because he really wanted to make an animated film feel like kiddish. And I gotta say, Strange World is a very kiddish movie, and I did not care what people said. Bottom line is, this film is very boring, is very nonsense, and no wonder Starboy absolutely hated it, and I do agree with him, and I approve him. So, yeah, this film will deserve to be on the bad here, and that is the second worst Disney movie from Walt Disney Animation Studio, but even I think it's way more tolerable than Home on the Range, which is not saying a lot. So that's the only bad Walt Disney Animation Studio film. Like, you have Home on the Range, Strange World, The Black Cauldron, Soul the Stone, Lorenzo's Cat, Robin Hood, Erasure Down Under, and last night we you got Wreck-It Ralph freaking 2. Well, even you got Disney Princess. But if I rewatch Wreck-It Ralph 2, I'm gonna rewatch all the Disney Princesses scene. Like, seriously, who in the white mind wants to do? Who in the white mind want to rewatch the scene when Ralph and Elfie are all doing right? That's stupid. But yeah, Strange World is in the second worst Walt Disney Animation Studio film, and Bob just back, go fuck yourself. Anyway, so you got Disney Wish, right? A one film that kind of redeemed Disney, which is not saying a lot because that film was a box office disappointing, and I do blame the people because this is your guys' fault that this film failed because you guys was worried about this film to be like Strange World by having some gay couple. Like, seriously, you don't see Asha kissing girls, okay? If they do that, that would be a huge problem. Even I don't have a problem with that, but she's 17 freaking years old, dude. So yeah. Disney Wish, I did not care what the haters said. It's the most underrated film out there. Like, the animation still dropped their gorgeous. And Kima Mexico is the most underrated villain out there. Asha, she's really awesome. She's really kick butt. And of course, Queen Amaya is so dropped their gorgeous. And of course, Valentino is very funny good. And of course, the star. This film made Starboy born. And without this film, Starboy would not exist without this film. Anyway, and because of that, I'm putting this film into the best here, but even better, I'm putting this even better than Tango and Lion King. And of course, you got Moana 2. Fantastic movie. What a wonderful film out there. And I did rewatch this film, and yeah, do you honestly think this film would definitely change my opinion? Well, every time you rewatch this movie, this film got even better, actually. And this film doesn't deserve any hate, actually. I do not care what people say. So, this film was well deserved to be on the best here. But even better, I'm putting this even better than The Lion King. Of course, you got Zootopia 2. I did a review on this movie. Check it out. It's very amazing. But the animation of this film is very breathtaking. And Horse of Dancer, which is voiced by legendary Patrick Warburton. Yeah, you got two Patrick Warburton in this ranking. The other Snoop Gru and Zootopia 2. Yeah, that's my favorite character in this movie. So, yeah. So yeah, and Judy and Nick have some cute chemistry as a buddy cop, and of course the character in this movie is absolutely incredible, and I can't explain what the twist villain in this movie. So yeah, I love Zootopia 2. I love this movie to death. And this film has got to be one of the second best Disney sequel out there behind with Frozen 2. And I don't think every Disney sequel will beat Frozen 2 as the best Disney sequel out there. But I am so glad Disney got their comeback. But what about Moana 2? Moana 2 got their comeback from Disney, but not Wish. With the box office situation. So Zootopia 2 would definitely deserve to be in the best here. But even better, I'm putting this into right here. So yeah, guys, that was my ranking of all the Walt Disney Animation Studio film that came out in the 1937 all the way to 2025. One was Zootopia 2, of course. So tell me about your opinion on this ranking on the comment section below. And share what is your ranking of the Walt Disney Animation Studio film. Comment below and let me know. And stay tuned for Christmas month, Sony month, and more Disney month. Some Disney content is on the work, like my movie review on Tronelli is on the work. Even my Freaker Friday review is on the work. Even my Snow White remake rant is on the work. And even some of the Disney film, which I haven't reviewed yet, like Completely Unknown, which is a non-Disney film, I haven't reviewed yet, so I'll definitely watch that film maybe next week or maybe a couple weeks, so I don't know. Anyway, guys, so if you enjoyed this magical world of Disney, if you want to see more of this Disney magical movie like always, please, I recommend you gentlemen and ladies, you hit the subscribe button, turn on notification, and share it with your whole family. So this is NA Studio Lounge shutting off, and adios, and you gentlemen and ladies have a great magical world of Disney, and I'll meet you there on my Christmas intro, which I will be posting on YouTube until I get back from Hopewell. And this is it. Now, good night.
Like a bolt out of the blue.
Fate steps in and sees you through.